Okay, next match in the team battle, we have Alexis using Great Nature versus Predation. Predation Brawlers. Basically, Great Nature versus Dragons. That's all I could say about this. So Alexis writes, does the skill of Blackboard Alm, puts it to the Fox, calls Duckbill, puts that to the Fox too, so it's going to get a draw 2 from that dying, and also it has the ability of, oh wait, no it doesn't because the Vanguard is not in Legion. So it's just going to be retire that to draw 2. I really wish I had a dual screen setup. I need to invest in something that lets me do that just so I can look at the Skype chat while doing something like this. Of course, to invest in something like that, I need money, and to have money, I need things I don't have, like work. Oh well. DS is a full-time job. But Rua's riding the grade 3. He got Vortex Dragonute in a drive check, so he could ride that, or he could have something else in hand. With Rua, I'm never really sure. And he goes Big Bang. In this situation, that is better just because it helps Big Bang slash Buster to have a Big Bang Vanguard, because it'll gain 2k. First check is a draw trigger. It works because the Seal Dragon, because the Prison Egg Seal Dragon Knight is there. 20,000 to the Vanguard, no guard. And Asuka is still one short of grade 3. But she decides to. Oh! She has the Break Ride and the Egg Sage. That is different. Attacks the rear first, so that tells me she has stands in this deck. Which is fine, because Great Nature works with stands well. No guards the Vanguard. And the Legion appears. And a stand trigger for Rua. Rua has stand triggers? What? So what Rua might do is he might ride Dragonute, use Dragon Knight's skill so that he can put it into the soul and draw a new card, just so he can Legion. He has the option to do that, and he doesn't. He just decides to attack. I mean, he might have a plan of why he isn't doing it, but if I was him, I would do it unless there was a reason not to. Well, that's a good reason not to. You gotta draw and heal. Shuffle the deck and you don't get those. That actually had 3,000 more power, which does change the guard. Yeah. So that's 28,000. So it's a 5k more. So it's 5k more to block. I mean, that's how it would have happened, but I feel like Alexis. I mean, there's a chance that Alexis did that because she knew what the card was, but she can't break ride, so it doesn't really change the situation that much. I feel like that Dragon Knight is going to be there for this entire game. Like, more so than he even needs to. And now Legion is about to happen because he can. I just realized how Persona heavy this is. You can't have Big Bang Knuckle Dragon in the deck. So he needs to pretty much Persona Soul Big Bang Knuckle Buster in order to get that skill. And he has to Persona for Dragon Newt, which means 12 of his 50 cards are decided just from that. And Alexis is not guarding those rears. But is she going to guard the Vanguard? That's the question. And Alexis needs a minute. So intermission. I guess I'll use this time to look at the chat. Okay. So I had to check because Sky Limits and Doran both entered. I let Asuka decide between the two, and she decided Sky Limits, so I got Doran. I already have plans for how that's gonna work. I had plans either way. Regardless, Alexis is gonna have to think long and hard about what she wants to do about this field situation. She could take the damage, but Big Bang Slash gains 3k per hit, and it's already gained 9, so it's going to be hitting for 18. Plus 2,000 on its own. which would make 24 in all. And if she lets the Vanguard get hit by it, then it'll be 27, and she'll have to guard a 27k attack. Whereas if she is able to defend against this, it would only be 24, and she could probably just take it to get limit break. And she perfect guards. So Big Bang Slash Buster is gaining 9k only. And since 3 units were hit with the attack, 24 to the Vanguard. Which Alexis takes because she wants limit break. And now Break Ride happens. Her drop zone has more than enough. So draw crit, crit, and perfect guard to Legion. Calls a grade 2, calls another grade 2. Calls a wash up raccoon. Because what you need is a raccoon. And the duck bill, giving the skill to the fat ass hamster. So we're starting at 20k to the Vanguard. What Alexis will do with this is she'll try to get as many units to retire as possible just to get extra pluses from it. Because I think it's the Legion mate that does it. I mean the Legion. Is it the Legion or the mate? It's the Legion. It gives her the ability to unflip damage when a unit is placed in the drop zone, so it basically means that Hamske is going to be free. Not to mention the mate's ability, Counterblast 1. What is it? Oh, Counterblast 1 add something, add either the Legion or mate to the to hand from the deck. So she gets to draw 3 cards. She gets to Counterblast 1. Oh, right, Duckbill as well. Wait, so Duckbill, the 2 Break Ride attacks, the Legion skill. Am I missing one? Because by my count, she draws 4, then does the foxes. I think she drew 1 extra, unless I'm missing something. I could very well be missing something. So we get unflips. Units are going back into the deck. And then getting out the units that were just put into the deck. And then Hansuke. And then unflips. Oh, wait. Actually, every time something is put into the drop zone, she gets a draw. So it's actually 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5 from Break Ride. So, okay, she was right. I knew I was missing something. Actually, no, in that case, she was supposed to draw 6 if Duckbill happened this turn. Well, was Duckbill last turn? Oh, Duckbill was last turn. Okay, that's why. So yeah, Alexis has hand. Massive, massive hand. And now we get Predation. Vortex Dragonoot. Perdition Dragon, Vortex Dragonoot, which is emphatically designed to get rid of that hand. Oh wow. So Legion retire and plus 3k to arc. So Predation Dragon Knight is going to instantly retire Duckbill. Or not. I mean, either way, it's the same. So the field is gone, and now Alexis is at 5 damage, meaning there's literally nothing she can do other than... Meaning she has to guard. And use her hand to get a field back next turn. And now Soul Blast 1 to unflip 1. Because that Vanguard is Perdition. Elham technically was supposed to happen, but he would have done the Trinity Crimson Flame regardless. So in the end, it would have led to both units being taken out and 1 damage being dealt. So 20's with the Vanguard because he runs stands. And Alexis can't afford even 1 hit. So 33 with the Vanguard. 21, 31, 41. That's a 2 pass. Heal trigger. Gives it to the rear guard immediately and heals. Second check. And that takes a 5k guard. If he had a If he had a 7k to put behind that unit, it would have taken a 15k guard. But he did equalize the hand to field ratio very much. Because now in order to get to a field even close to what one she needs and two what Rua already has, she's gonna have to drop so much hand that she's gonna have less than him even after Twin Drive, I think. Yeah, and she's doing it. In her situation, she really has to do it. Rua takes the first attack because he healed and he has the ability to. A draw trigger comes out of it, so he got an extra card and he doesn't have to guard for as much as he would have before. And unfortunately, this might be more than what Alexis can deal with next turn. So 26 and 36, no pass. That was like a super no pass. That was more than he needed no pass. $26 and 31. Now she gets her skills off again. Counterblast 2, put 2 units back to the bottom of the deck. Get a copy of the grade 2 to hand for more guard, and get a Hamskay. And she gets to unflip them both. So she's gaining a lot more than she's losing. This actually does create loops. Although in the context of what's happening, you have to declare what you do first and when, and the 2 cards returning to the bottom of the deck is the last part of those skills. The first thing you do is unflip. The second thing you do is check if the unit was something in the Vanguard circle, and then if it is, you draw one. Okay, so drew 2 for that, drew 2 for the brake ride, and 1 for duckbill. Okay. And then after you do all those things, add it to the drawing cards, you put 2 units into the drop zone. From the drop zone into the bottom of the deck in any order. So technically, if you decide to do all of that before you do stuff like Hamskay and the brake ride, then you don't get the unflips, which is fine because you're gonna unflip later anyway. And now here's Big Bang back for more. Big Bang slash to the rear. And with Legion, he puts back a mate. Wait, what did he put back exactly? Big Bang slash and 3 heals. Okay. And now he uses Elm. and Arc gains 3k. So 11k going to rear. 27 to Vanguard, which is perfect guarded. Twin Drive doesn't give anything noteworthy. And by nothing noteworthy, I mean it wasn't particularly great and it wasn't particularly horrible. Like, he didn't get triggers and he didn't get grade 3s. So, when you factor those out of the Twin Drive, it's pretty much just 2 units. And this match is going on for a very long time. Not that there's anything wrong with it at all. It's just kind of surprising. So that's 20. That's gonna be 28 from that Fox. I'd be surprised if Rua had guard, to be honest. Oh right, he did have that. But Rua has nothing left for the next turn. So draw 2 from the duckbills. Then draw 1 for the Fox going to the drop zone. And then 2 units go back from the deck from the drop zone to the bottom of the deck. And now you can counterblast. And now she can counterblast too. I'm gonna have to tell her later that you don't get the unflips in this case. Just because of the timing of how the skills are. Because the unflip is the very first thing you have to do, so if you get the draw and putting the units back and all that stuff, then you don't unflip because that's what you were supposed to do first. To get the unflip, she would have had to do the counterblast to search her deck for the units first. But if Alexis can guard, then this match is probably over right here. And there's a stand trigger. Alexis decides to let the kitty die. And considering the combo she had with it, I can only assume that if she's letting it die, then wait. Does she have to take this? No, she doesn't. She can't. She perfect guarded, dropped Hamsuke, dropped the critical she got last turn. She has to have 15k guard. Or perfect guard. And I was disconnected from doing nothing. Be back. Alright, so we're back. After fiddling around with things for a bit. And now as we catch up, I'm just gonna say this is the kind of battle where Vanguard becomes more of a chess match. Each one of them trying to utilize each other's advantages, taking them away, and create their own advantage. Both using decks that we don't normally see as well, which is always a plus. So I think we're at the part where Alexis starts guarding. And then she perfect guard again, and she's doing another Legion. Okay. And Rua can't guard, and Rua takes the damage. And apparently double critical happened. Yeah, 2 Holder Hedgehogs. Just gotta hate that Hedgehog. Good game. Really good match. Glad that I was able to catch the end. Pretty much Alexis, after she dropped the perfect guard, she legioned, called units, and attacked and got a double critical, which ended it. Good game.